Welcome back to Top Game Tuesday. For the ones who don't know, I'm your host Solomon here with my mom.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Toya.
Oh yeah, man, this just our side show of the Be Different podcast where we just do a recap of all the things that happened over the sports world over the previous weekend. Y'all know y'all can listen to Top Game Tuesday, just like the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and anywhere else where you listen to your podcast. All of the Be Different podcast.
And y'all already know what it is. Follow us on our social media pages. Instagram @_Be Different Podcast. X @_Be Different Pod. Y'all make sure y'all go on YouTube to like and subscribe to our channel, Be Different Podcast.
Oh yeah, man. Like I say every week, y'all know this is Top Game Tuesday, but for the people that don't know, when you go look at it and listen to it, it's gonna be named Top Game Tuesday, so you're gonna know that's the difference between this show and the podcast.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Oh yeah.
It's our first show of 2024.
Well,
Happy New Year.
Well, yeah, it is first show of 2024 because the podcast gonna be Saturday.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Happy New Year, like she said, man. We told her Happy New Year's on the last episode of the podcast. But like we said on that, though, thank y'all for all the support and love y'all been showing us since we started. And you actually were right. Our first episode was in July. I didn't know we had started there early.
I knew that. I just wasn't going to argue with you.
You didn't know because you said.
I did know.
You said, I think July. If you would have known, you would have said because I know you. You would have proven your point.
Anyway.
But like I was saying though, y'all, thank y'all for the love and support. Like I said, that y'all been showing us since the beginning. Like I said on the first episode of the podcast, there's gonna be some bumps in the road, but we ain't gonna wreck. Just stay around with us, stay rocking with us, and y'all been doing that. We've been growing, and we continue to grow as we keep going and staying consistent. Y'all, in 2024, we got some big things coming, so y'all just
big
stay
things
tuned,
popping
for real. So y'all just stay tuned for real, man. Like I said, thank y'all for all the love. We appreciate it. Y'all remember, just be different.
I ain't got nothing else to say. You said it all.
Exactly. That's how you had to take over this time because you took over Saturday.
Anyway, let's get into it, y'all. Top Game Tuesday. Y'all know it was bowl weekend for college football.
Hey, microphone keeps falling.
Some of the games, let's see, go down the list on ESPN. Some we want to talk about. Hey, that Clemson-Kentucky was a good game.
Yeah, yep.
Kentucky let Clemson come back to win 38-35. But I watched it. That was a good game. The Liberty Bowl, I watched that one too. Memphis and Iowa State.
Yep.
Memphis won 36-26.
Yep.
SEC, Missouri and Ohio State. Now, Marvin Harrison Jr. announced a little before the game that he wasn't playing.
Yep.
And their quarterback transferred to Syracuse, I think, Ohio State.
I knew about that.
So they had was it he second string quarterback at first?
I don't know.
But they had him in. He got hurt his ankle, so a true freshman had to come in.
Yep, and Ohio State lost.
Ohio State lost 14-3.
I said my opinion on the podcast about the player opting out. So if you want to go hear that, you got to go listen to our recent episode of the podcast, Be Different Podcast, episode 6, season 2, episode 6.
That's right.
But Missouri won, can't take nothing away from them. They didn't have any players to opt out. That's really gave them the edge because the Ohio State team with their third string quarterback, and I know they only scored 3 points, but you only scored 14 points. Think about their regular offense.
Yeah. The next game, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Ole Miss and Penn State. Now I did get a chance to watch a little bit of this game. The first half, Penn State was playing Ole Miss pretty good to me.
Yeah, first half it was a good game coming from both sides, but Ole Miss just ran off.
Yeah, Ole Miss
just ran off.
Ole Miss ended up winning that game 38-25. Their quarterback Jackson Dart was 25 of 40, 379 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
The running back Jenkins 34 carries, 106 yards, and their receiver Pickerson.
He had a good game. He had a monster game.
10 receptions, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hey, he got a little boy. I don't know, in my algorithm on TikTok, his I guess I don't think they married, and I don't want to just say his baby mama, but his girl, I say his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
She be showing up in my algorithm on TikTok for some reason, and they do like a day in the life of.
You was old on your algorithm. You could just say on your For You page.
Algorithm is more technical, and I probably not even saying that
Exactly.
right.
We just need to say For You page.
But anyway,
But yeah, I mean, Ole Miss, they had a good game. Like I said, Jackson Dart, he played the whole game. Like I said, Penn State started off good. It was a good back and forth game, but Ole Miss ran out. And I thought Jackson Dart was a freshman, but he ain't a freshman though.
I thought he was too.
He not a freshman. This his third year. Kind of looked it up on Google. They said if he want to enter the draft, he can, but he already announced that he
Yeah,
coming
he
back.
coming back.
to Ole
All
Miss.
our Ole Miss. Hey, I hate to say this, but Ole Miss gonna be a problem.
Ole Miss gonna be good
year.
next year. They gonna make
Ole
the playoffs.
Miss gonna be good next
They're
year.
gonna make the playoffs, yeah, especially with the 12-team bracket. Then they might mess around and just make it regular because only losses that Ole Miss really be having like the Georgia
And
like
Bama.
the Bamas. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
They beat everybody else.
But and honestly though, the way Bama been playing, I can see Ole Miss beating Bama this year, coming up season.
No,
Unless Bama
No.
go regroup.
no,
Yeah,
no. You crazy? You think Bama gonna be worse next year than they were this year?
yeah.
You crazy? Jalen Murrow finna get in there lab off season.
All right, hold your thoughts. We'll get to that. Just hold your thoughts.
Crazy. You a Mississippi State fan for real? Like y'all
Hold
gonna
your
get better.
We are. You boy, our recruiting class, we gonna get better.
It's gonna take more than 1 year.
It is. LSU and Wisconsin. LSU pulled it off 35-31.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon Liberty, that was a blowout game.
Yeah, it was.
45-6.
That don't surprise me that was a blowout game. Cause being honest, yes, Liberty was undefeated, but Bo Nix played. Oregon had their regular team.
Yeah. That's again. I was just gonna bring that up with you.
When did they play?
When did they play?
Yeah,
They
cause it
played.
ain't popping up on mine.
I don't know when they
Oh,
played.
that's why. Let me go to it.
They
Never mind.
played Saturday,
My
maybe.
bad. I got it. You can go ahead though. We keep going with.
Oh no, I was just saying. I really don't understand how they had Oregon and Liberty playing each other. Anyway, Oregon was number 5 and Liberty was number 23. Like,
But I'm saying though, because Liberty was undefeated. Yes, they was 25, but they was undefeated. I don't really know 25 because they didn't have a strength of schedule compared to all the other teams in there.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get on to this next game. The big one that everybody was going to talk about. One of the big ones. The Orange Bowl. Georgia State and Florida.
Georgia
State
and Florida. Georgia and Florida State.
How did I mess that up?
You always saying some Florida, and it's Florida State.
I'm sorry, you guys. Florida State versus Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia blew Florida State out, like you've been saying on the
I've been saying
podcast
that.
since they announced
I've been saying it.
63-3.
I've been saying it. And then all people gonna say, well, we didn't have our starter. That's their fault.
They shouldn't have opted out.
Exactly.
But Georgia had players to opt out too, so they didn't have their full team.
If it would have been full team on full team regular game, Georgia still beat them. It may not be by 60 points, but I still got at least by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Florida State ain't got enough.
Excuse me. Georgia's quarterback, C. Beck, he was 13 of 18.
Carson Beck.
203 yards, 2 touchdowns. Florida State's quarterback, B. Glenn, 9 of 26, 139 yards, 2 interceptions.
Can't win with turnovers either.
Yep. Their rushing leader for Georgia, K. Milton, 9 carries, 104 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Okay. I mean, I watched the game. Georgia just dominated.
I
from the rip.
didn't get a chance
Like Georgia,
to watch
they
it.
dominated them from the jump, from the first kickoff to the last one. I just straight domination.
And people saying, I'll hold that thought. All right, we might as well get into the playoff games.
What you about
now.
to say?
I said
All right.
the playoff games. Let's start off with your Bama boys.
Yep. Unfortunately, we did take a L, but it ain't what it is. We lost 27-20 to Michigan. If you don't know, but I think pretty much
Everybody,
the whole world knows.
Yeah, they all lost in overtime.
Horrible play calling.
Jalen Milroy was 16 of 23, 115 yards. McKellen had 14 carries for 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. Isaiah Bunn, 4 receptions, 47 yards.
Yep.
Michigan's quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, 17 of 27, 221 yards, 3 touchdowns. B, is that Corum? The running back.
Yeah, B. Corum.
He had 19
I
carries
think
for
it's Blake
83
Corum.
yards and a touchdown. and R. Wilson had 4 receptions, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Now, that game, first of all, let's talk about the O-line.
Bama O-line, I mean, it didn't surprise me. Like, what Michigan D-line was doing our O-line didn't surprise me because our O-line been getting exposed all year. Yeah, we been winning, but they haven't been playing like to the Bama O-line that they should. Alabama whole team haven't been playing to that Bama standard of a team. But we got away with it though, cause Jalen Murrow was playing good and he led us to win.
Yeah.
But Michigan stopped them though. They was getting too much pressure to them. They had 4 sacks in the first quarter.
Yep.
They was getting tired of too much pressure to them.
And also, that last play in overtime.
Bad play calling.
I don't to me, everybody in the United States of America knew that you were gonna run the ball with Jalen Murrow. It was gonna be a quarterback run.
Exactly.
So why not change it up?
That was bad play calling by the offensive coordinator that whole last drive in overtime. Okay, I'm finna break it down because we already talked about it. We're gonna talk about it again for everybody.
Yeah.
On first down, Alabama ran the ball. I'm cool with that. If I'm a head coach, I'm running the ball on first down every time because it open up something. If he break, get 4-5 yards, we can run again. But if he don't get stopped, we can pass. Okay, he got stopped.
Yeah.
It was like 2nd and 8. Okay, I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm thinking they finna throw the ball right here. It's overtime. We need to get in the end zone. They run the ball again trying to do an RPO. Michigan stop it again for a tackle loss. So now everybody in the whole entire world know on third down you about to throw the ball.
Yep.
Okay, they threw the ball. They threw a comeback around the burn. That was a good pass because we got the first down. We got what we needed. Then you come back on the last play of the game and run a QB sneak. QB power. And you can't tell me that's not what that ain't what he called. Because yes, the snap was low, but Jalen Murrow ain't even looking no any other option.
He did not
caught, catch, and run.
Yes, he knew he was gonna run that ball. And then, and another thing too, the snaps were off all night. They were like,
long.
And that snap was low on the final play of the game. That snap was low. And then another thing that I don't understand, but Drake, this is what Drake said about it when I was talking to him about it. Bama won the toss, but they deferred and let Michigan get the ball first.
No, what really happened on that though, that was a smart move. First play of the game, we got an interception, but they say he was out of bounds.
No, I'm talking about in overtime.
Oh, in overtime, I didn't know we had got the ball.
Overtime, Bama won the toss, but gave it to Michigan. And Drake said,
"Oh, I didn't know that."
Yeah, Drake said the reason you do that is because you hold them to a field goal. Then all you need is a touchdown to win. But I wouldn't have done that because to me, I want to get the ball first. So, like, I wanted to put pressure on their defense instead of my offense, and that's what they did.
I get what you saying, but I get what Drake saying too, y'all. Drake he one of our friend. Yeah, he been at the house. We been talking. Y'all. He might be on the podcast. Y'all might get the meeting. We never know. You never know. But I do get what he's saying though, because if they do hold him to a field goal there and Bama score, it can be a different outcome. But we didn't hold him to a field goal. And like you said, that put pressure on the offense because we didn't hold him to a field goal. If I was Nick, I would have I would have got the ball. But especially knowing how our defense been playing, we got stops. It's been a good defensive game, but in that moment right there, we need a touchdown.
Your defense really is what kept you in the game as long as you were in the game.
Exactly.
You know?
You got to go ahead and close that out.
Yeah, so, and then another thing to what I was about to say earlier, and I said I'm going to hold that thought. People still saying Florida State would have gave Michigan a better game.
No
way, bruh.
Michigan would have dog walked them too.
That game would have been a 63-3 game like Georgia and Florida State.
Bro,
you know?
Florida State do not have enough to compete with any of the 4 teams that's in the college football playoff.
Thank you.
Like, I don't care what nobody say. Yes, they had a decent run at the beginning, but bro, come on now. No. Florida State, only big game that Florida State really just won for real was LSU. Bama already beat LSU. I believe Michigan would beat LSU. I believe Washington would beat them. And I think Texas would beat them as well. Who else they didn't beat? Who else Florida State beat? Like
Louisville.
They
didn't really beat Louisville. That was like
Louisville really ain't nothing either. All 4 of them teams I just named will beat Louisville as well. Blow them out, dog. Walk them too.
So that argument holds no validity.
Exactly.
But anyway, Bama is back at home watching the game with us
Yeah, we
now.
gonna get it next year though. Then
Yeah.
Nick gonna retire.
I do believe what you said. Jalen Milroy is gonna come back better next year. I think that's why he didn't declare for the draft.
Exactly. He gonna come back better. He gonna know next year, this offseason, we need him to work on passing. Strictly pass. We know you can run the ball, but he needs to learn how work on not necessarily throwing the ball, but just know how to read the coverages and read how to get the ball and to go through his progressions and stuff.
Yeah. Breaking news right here, right now, while we record. Georgia tight end Brock Bowers officially has declared for the 2024 NFL draft.
Now I understand it's college, but you didn't even talk about the other game.
I am gonna go back to the other game, but since this is just breaking news that popped up on my phone, I said it then. But what you think about that?
I mean, I already knew he was gonna declare for the draft. They don't surprise me. They're the best tight end in college football. He going first round.
Well, he's leaving Georgia, but the next game, Washington and Texas. Washington held on to win 37-31.
Yep, that don't even surprise me. It was a blowout. Really, Washington just did some crazy stuff
Washington
at the end.
did some dumb penalties. Our boy Michael Penix Jr., he was 29 of 38, 430 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dylan Johnson, that boy from Mississippi, 21 carries, 49 yards, 2 touchdowns. R. Odunze, 6 receptions, 125 yards.
Yep.
For Texas, their quarterback was 24-43, 318 yards and a touchdown.
Okay.
Running back C. Baxter, 9 carries, 64 yards and a touchdown. Wide receiver Jay Sanders, 6 receptions and 75 yards.
Okay.
That game, this game should not have been as close as it was.
Exactly. Like I said, Washington did some crazy stuff at the end of the game. It was a good game at the beginning, though, going to halftime, 21-21. But after halftime, though, Washington ran it up. Michael Penix started throwing some dimes.
He
for
did.
real.
He did. And one of them plays at the end was it interference? Catch interference or something. They gave them 15 yards.
Oh, talking about on the punt. On the punt, yeah.
But it was
Washington did that. Yeah, gave Texas them yards.
Like Simon said, it was a good game. So now it's gonna be Washington versus Michigan.
Yep, I got Washington.
I'm going with Washington too.
I'm around Michael Penix Jr. I got to.
Yeah, I've been riding with him all season. Ain't no need me to fall off now.
But I'm glad it's like this though.
What? Like what?
It's how a championship game's supposed to be. The number 1 team versus the number 2 team, and they both undefeated.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, don't get me wrong, upsets can happen, but when you think of championship games, you think of the best teams.
Yeah.
And Washington and Michigan have proven that they're the best teams.
In college football, yeah. It's going to be a good game. I'm ready to watch it. I think Michael Penix Jr. going to have a great game. Oh, the boy from Mississippi, Johnson.
Yeah, he might be out.
I hadn't heard anything on his injury, but he got hurt like at the end of the game.
The Washington last offensive play, really.
Yep. So prayers out to him. I hope he be up and ready to go next Monday. But you got anything else for college?
No, I think that's about it for college. Like I said, man, I'm calling it right here on Top Game Tuesday of the Be Different podcast. Washington is winning the national championship over the Michigan Wolverines.
Let's go Huskies. NFL. Let's see. We talked about those games. Oh, we didn't talk about this one because the Lions Cowboys.
Yep.
The Cowboys hung on to win that game 20-19.
Wait, I thought we talked about that on the pod. No, we didn't.
They didn't play till Saturday.
They didn't play the Saturday night. You right. Yep. The Cowboy held on and beat the Lions, man.
What you think? Tell me what you think.
I called it. I said what I said on the podcast. Y'all gonna go back and listen and quote me on this, because this is what I said. Excuse me. I said that the Cowboys were gonna win this game because Jared Goff wouldn't be able to pull it out. And I said he was gonna have about 250 passing yards with 2 interceptions and a decent completion percentage. And I tell them the stats.
Jared Goff, 19 of 34, 271 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
Okay, now what you said, 19 to 34?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my calculator right now. 19 divided by 34 is, if you round it, 56% passing. That's over 50%. That's decent. With what you said, 271 yards. I was off about 20 yards, but I said about 250 with 2 interceptions, and he sold the game on the last pass.
You talking about the last? Okay.
In overtime. I said it.
Okay, wait a minute. Dak Prescott, he was 26 of 36, 345 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Pollard had 16 carries for 49 yards. CD Lamb, that boy had a game.
He did.
CD Lamb had 13 receptions for 227 yards with a touchdown.
Okay.
And he broke Michael Irvin record.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And D Montgomery for the Lions, he had 14 carries, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. St. Brown had 6 receptions, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
Okay. But like I said, bro, I like Jared Goff, but I knew he wasn't gonna pull that game out though.
So
like I just knew they weren't gonna do it unless they just came out blowing the Cowboys out from the beginning.
So you the head coach, you go down there, you tie the game up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can tie the game up with an extra point or go for 2. What you doing?
I'm going for 2. I would have went for 2 just like the line did, but after all that would have happened, I would have kicked the field goal at the end.
Just to tie it up and win in the overtime?
Just tie me up and win, because all that happening, I look at it like this. Man, all this stuff happening, it's just like, bro, that means they don't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Let's just go and kick the field goal, send the overtime, taking my chances. And
Yeah.
plus, it's the Cowboys. Like, if I'm a head coach and I know the Cowboys, I'm taking my chances in overtime because that gonna tell.
The Cowboys
Like,
gonna be the Cowboys.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All
I
else
agree
fails,
with
the Cowboys gonna tell the game and give it up.
I agree
So
with
it
you.
just depends. Like I said, as soon as I scored the first time, yes, I'm going for 2. But after all that happened, I would just kick the field goal.
Patriots, Bills. Bills won 27-21.
Told you the Bills make the game harder for themselves than they're supposed to be.
The Bills are still in possible playoff contention.
Mm-hmm.
Bears, Falcons 37-17. Colts, Raiders 23-20. I didn't realize that game was that close.
Yep.
Rams, Giants. I didn't realize this game was this close.
I didn't mean to cut you off because I was on my phone trying to find the TikTok, but the Colts still in playoff contention with them.
Yeah. The Rams beat the Giants 26-25. I didn't realize that game was that close.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals, Eagles. Now, this was a surprise. The Cardinals beat the Eagles 35-31. That game, the Eagles are on a downhill trend. That ain't looking good.
The Eagles are looking horrible right now.
They defense
looking bad,
is horrible
bro.
right now. Like,
this is wild, bro.
yes. Jalen Hurts was 18 of 23, 167 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Jalen Hurts gotta have as many interceptions as Josh Allen. It's about to the point now you can count on Jalen Hurts to throw an interception every
game, bro. Jalen Hurts, what are you doing, my guy? Like, what are y'all doing over there?
D Swift had 13 carries, 61 yards. AJ Brown 4 reception, 53 yards.
Man, I don't know what the Eagles got going on.
I don't either.
Y'all lose to the Cardinals.
The Cardinals 4-12. Kyler Murray was 25 of 31, 232 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. James Conner 26 carries, 128 yards, and a touchdown. And their wide receiver, I don't even know who this is. He had 7 receptions, 82 yards. I mean, ain't no way the Eagles should have lost that game. It's just,
bro, the Eagles defense suck.
Yep. And
it's garbage.
by them losing that game, that dropped them all the way to number 7.
I know
they
that.
might be playing in a wild card game.
Bro, the Eagles are on a losing streak, a bad one.
The horrible one. The 49ers and the Commanders, 49ers won 27-10.
Man, that was a good game in the beginning.
In the beginning it was, but the 49ers have clinched the number 1 seed in the NFC now.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll have a first round bye. That's no shocker, really.
No, it ain't right there. Honestly, in this last game, I'm sitting my starters.
Yeah.
Versus the Rams. I mean, if they lose, it ain't going to mess them up.
They have no reason to play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, hey, that don't surprise me. Their Super Bowl, I already called on the podcast, going to be the Ravens and the 49ers.
The Jaguars 26-0 over the Panthers.
Man, Bryce, I tried to I rode with you, bro. I thought y'all were going to pull it out, but I guess the Jaguars just had a monster game.
Yeah. The Texans beat the Titans 26-3.
Mm-hmm. They don't surprise me. I called there with C.J. Stroud coming back.
Seahawks lost to the Steelers 23-30.
We did. I don't know how we lost to the Steelers. Well, I do know how. Our run defense is trash, bro. Our secondary is scared to tackle. Najee Harris had a field day on this.
Really? Broncos lost 16-9 after benching Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs pulled it off against the Bengals 25-17.
Oh, you said 16-9.
The Broncos and the Chargers?
Oh, they won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chiefs pulled it off 25-17 over the Bengals.
Yep.
The Ravens Dolphins game.
That game was no surpriser because, like I said on the podcast, I ride with Lamar Jackson.
The Ravens
Like,
won 56-19.
Bro, the Ravens.
MVP Lamar Jackson
Okay.
had a game.
The Ravens are going to the Super Bowl.
Lamar was 18 of 21, 321 yards, 5 touchdowns.
The Ravens are going to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson is winning the MVP. I'm telling you, and he gonna win the Super Bowl MVP because they win the Super Bowl. And I'm not even a Ravens fan, but I'm just basing how they playing.
But how
right
they
now.
looking now? Who gonna beat them?
Exactly.
The running back, is that Gus Edwards?
Mm-hmm.
He had 16 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Zay Flowers had 3 receptions, 106 yards, and a touchdown. Tua, 22 of 38, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Can't win with interceptions,
Can't
too.
win with interceptions.
Can't win with interceptions, too. I'm tired of telling you that.
A-Chain, the running back, 14 carries, 107 yards.
Okay.
They held Tyreek to under 100 yards.
The
He
defense
had
is stout, bro.
6 receptions and 76 yards.
Bro, the Ravens defense is like that for real.
Yeah, it was. The Ravens were dominant in every aspect of the game. I mean,
Bro, the Dolphins couldn't keep up with them, bro. Like,
they could not keep up with him. And like I said, right now, who you got beating the Ravens?
nobody. That's what I'm saying. That's why I got the
Nobody.
Ravens win the Super Bowl. Easy, bro.
Yeah.
Easy.
And look, I just saw this on social media. It says Roquan Smith told at Bobby Baltimore, and I this morning on Ed Ravens Vault what he said to Lamar Jackson. I said, hey, we took care of business today, but bro, we're just getting started. I know how you're locked in on this year. We know what we're in for. We're going for the big one. You make sure the O is rolling. I know you're going to do that. And you know I'll make sure these boys on the D are flying to the ball and we doing everything we can. We're going to keep getting you that rock. Everything's going to go through us. So let's make sure we holding each other accountable.
Exactly, bro.
Them
That's
boys
what you
want
need.
to ring.
Them boys going to that Super Bowl and they win it. I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, them boys want to ring. Hey, that's what you got to do,
That's
though.
what you got to have in your locker room, bro. Communication, everybody on the same page, bro. Same mindset.
Yep. And the last game, the Packers and the Vikings, the Packers won 33-10.
Yeah, that don't surprise me.
Nah,
That was an easy game for the Packers.
Yeah, it was.
Easy game.
But since those games played out, there have been some teams that are officially eliminated from the playoffs now.
Okay.
You got the Giants, Bears, Panthers, Commanders, Cardinals. They all have been eliminated. And in the AFC, you got the Bengals, the Titans, Patriots, Chargers, Jets, Broncos, Raiders. So all those teams have officially been eliminated from playoff contention. They are now on the clock.
On the clock, like you said, on the clock for the draft. Man.
Let me talk about one more thing before we move on to basketball real quick.
What's up? What you
I
got?
saw this on
What you got?
Instagram and I sent it to you. Let me find it. Possible Super Bowl matchup.
I'm looking at it right here, right now.
Okay. This Pro Football Focus on Instagram, they came up with most likely Super Bowl matchups per PFF Power Rankings. The Ravens and the 49ers have a 17.9% chance
The
of
highest
playing
one.
each other. Hold on. Oh, yeah. The highest one.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens and the Eagles have a 10.1% chance of playing each other in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
The Dolphins and the 49ers, 8.2%. The Ravens and the Lions, 6.4%. The Ravens and the Cowboys, 6.0%. The Chiefs and the 49ers, 5.1%.
Okay. I got a question, though.
What?
Can the Ravens and the Chiefs play each other in the Super Bowl?
I was just wondering that, too. I was like, why? They should have been on here. The Chiefs in the AFC and the Ravens in the NFC, so yeah. Yeah, they can play each other.
Yeah, they got it. No, they can't.
Why?
Because if the Chiefs can play the 49ers in the Super Bowl and the Ravens can play the 49ers in the Super Bowl, the Ravens and the Chiefs both can't play each other in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Because I wouldn't mind seeing that in the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, Patrick
Mahomes
Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
yeah.
But they're going to be the conference championship.
Yeah.
Because, like, as of right now, with the way the things looking now, I think the Chiefs will play the Bills in the first round unless the Bills don't make the playoffs. Like lose this week and don't make the playoffs.
But in those percentages I just said, the Ravens in 4 out of 6 of them.
Exactly. Like the Ravens are going to the Super Bowl.
Everybody
bro.
expecting the Ravens to go to the Super Bowl.
The Ravens
Yeah.
and 49ers, I wouldn't mind seeing that rematch in the Super Bowl.
But
I'm trying to think of it, but honestly, I really can't think of now though. 49ers and the Dolphins, I don't want to see that in the Super Bowl. 49ers gonna dog watch the Dolphins in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Chiefs and the 49ers, we didn't already seen that. We already saw that. I don't want to see it no more. The Lions don't have enough to make it to the Super Bowl this year. They too young right now. It's not their year. Cowboys, no.
No. No.
I would rather see the Ravens and the Cowboys than the Ravens and the Eagles though, because based on how the Eagles been playing right now, they'll be a blowout.
The Ravens and the Cowboys really wouldn't be no bad Super Bowl.
It wouldn't be. But
the number one defense, I believe the Ravens will win too, but the number one defense in the Ravens versus the Cowboys defense.
Bro, the Ravens will win that game.
Yeah, they would. But anyway, that's enough of football. Let's get to basketball real quick before we end this show.
Okay.
I saw on social media the other day, the Warriors are opening to trading Andrew Wiggins.
For real?
Yep. What you think about that?
It's crazy. Well, I'm not gonna say crazy because he really haven't been scoring like he usually do, but I guess they on the rebuilding stage.
It says they were reluctant to trade Wiggins in the past, but now Andrew Wiggins' time on the Warriors is ticking. I've since heard that this would not be a major barrier for the Warriors to explore Wiggins' trade market, especially if he can't play with Kuminga and the Warriors decide that Kuminga is their full-time starter. Kuminga is that guy that's replaced Draymond, right?
Yeah, 00.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I get where they coming from because Wiggins really haven't been producing anything. So I'm not mad at it, but it's like what Cameron said on the last previous episode of the podcast.
What?
The Warriors just need to split everything up.
Yeah,
they need a full rebuild, like
it's
a
time.
full rebuild. Yeah, I feel like it's like what KJ said too. You either gonna keep Steph and Clay or you gonna keep Steph and Draymond.
Yeah. I agree with it. It's time. Hey, guess what?
What?
The Pistons finally got them a win.
I know, man. I saw it. They finally got one. Then they lost the game after that.
Did they? They got their win against the Toronto Raptors.
Then they lost the game right after that.
They got it in overtime, and it was their first win since October the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
They were due for a win.
They were due for one. Let me see if they had a game tonight. But I saw this one thing that you see me on Instagram, and I gotta shout him out because he's been balling, and I'm proud of him. I hope he listened to the podcast. Y'all know we talk a lot of noise over here.
Anthony Davis. Sorry,
Anthony Davis. Shout out to him, man. I am proud of you, boy. You was putting that work in. You staying healthy in. You putting up numbers. It say Anthony Davis has played in 79 of the last 83 games and is second in minutes played in 2023-2024.
Yep. He must be listening to us.
I am proud of Anthony Davis, man. He is out there playing. He is balling.
Yeah. Shout out to you, AD. Keep balling. I knew you could do it, man. Solomon just a hater.
Man, you used to agree with me, too.
I agree. He wasn't doing nothing out there, but he know Bron getting old, man.
Yeah, Bron, he got to
Hey, shout out to Bron. Happy belated birthday, my guy. You knew I had to get that in you, didn't you?
I'm just scratching my face. I ain't want to hey, happy birthday, I guess.
Oh,
we told everybody Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
It's another breaking news right here 37 minutes ago.
What did it say?
Xavier Worthy has declared for the NFL draft, number 1 for the Texas Longhorns.
I know that was their receiver. He didn't do anything last night, though. He had 2 receptions for 45 yards.
Yeah. But he's trying to go to the NFL, too. Shout out. Keep going. Follow your dreams, my guy.
Shout out your dreams. I ain't knocky, but, he just... I guess he been balling in other games because I ain't watched Texas since they played Bama.
Bama,
Man, Caitlin Clark be hooping, man.
What she do?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the video that you had sent me. Our first D1 player, men or women, with 3,000 points, 800 plus, or 3,000 plus points, 800 plus rebounds, and 900 plus assists.
Hey.
That girl be balling.
That girl.
Then I think they on like a 11-game winning streak. I was watching on ESPN last night.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's talk about this real quick, then we'll end the show.
All right.
Did you know this summer when Lamar was trying to get paid or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know he doesn't have an agent? He represents himself.
Who, Lamar Jackson?
Him and his mama represent. That's what they do.
I mean, that's how I'm gonna be when I get big. You gonna be representing me.
Yeah, so they save what they pay agents 10%, 15%. So that's money he's saving.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say we gonna be saving money. I hope you don't think I'm gonna pay you, but not no 10%.
JJ Watt said this about Lamar Jackson. Everybody in this offseason went out of their way to say we don't want Lamar Jackson. If your GM said this, fire him.
Yeah. For real though,
Lamar Jackson betted on himself and won.
Yes. But I already knew Lamar Jackson was gonna do it. They would have went farther than what they did last year if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah. Shout out to you, man. Keep what you say, 8 ball.
8 ball.
Keep balling, man. You out there doing your thing. I'm rooting for you, my guy.
But yeah, man, this is a little long episode of Top Game Cheers. We're gonna go ahead and close this one out right here.
All right then, y'all. Until next time, I'm Toya.
I'm Solomon.
Remember, be different.
Peace and Happy New Year's. That was another episode of Top Game Tuesday. Make sure to listen and download Top Game Tuesday along with the Be Different podcast on Saturday at 2 o'clock on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify, and anywhere else where you listen to your podcast, all at the Be Different podcast.
As always, you can follow us on our social media pages, Instagram @_Be Different Podcast, Twitter @_Be Different Pod. Make sure to go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, Be Different Podcast.